The Troll Incident, Tom Holland's light-hearted ribbing of Xena. Introduction, the unexpected encounter. Imagine a sunny day in Hollywood, where the glitz and glamour are only overshadowed by the constant buzz of paparazzi. In this whirlwind environment, Tom Holland, known for his charming wit, decided to inject a dose of humor into an otherwise tense situation. As Xena worked her way through a crush of flashing cameras, she found herself at the center of a playful jab that would leave fans both amused and intrigued. What made this incident particularly memorable wasn't just the trove of tabloid stories that followed, but the deeper implications of celebrity interactions in the age of social media. 1. The paparazzi frenzy. That day, as the crowd of photographers clamored for their next shot, Xena tried to evade them, quickening her pace. Right at that moment, Tom Holland, with his characteristic charm, quipped something lightheartedly about Xena's frantic escape. To the casual observer, it was simply another day in the life of celebrities, but for fans, it sparked a whirlwind of gossip and speculation about their friendship. The paparazzi, always on the hunt for headlines, dove into this moment with unrelenting vigor. 2. The online buzz begins. As social media exploded with clips of the incident, viewers were quick to analyze Tom's comments and Xena's reaction. Was this playful banter a sign of camaraderie or something more? Fans dissected every detail, debating whether this was a harmless joke or an attempt to further a budding friendship. Memes flooded the internet, showcasing Xena's startled face juxtaposed with Tom's teasing smirk. It continued to spiral, drawing in millions who wanted to know more about both stars. 3. Xena's response to the troll. In an unexpected twist, Xena chose to embrace the moment instead of cringe away from it. In a subsequent interview, she addressed the incident, laughing it off and admitting that she had indeed been caught off guard. Her lighthearted take on the scenario not only smoothed over any potential drama but also painted her as relatable and down-to-earth. This authenticity only endeared her more to fans, proving that even amidst chaos, laughter could reign supreme. 4. The implications of celebrity culture. But why does this matter? The trolling incident highlights a growing trend in celebrity interactions. With the rise of social media, moments that once might have slipped under the radar are now scrutinized and amplified. This incident wasn't just about Tom and Xena, it was a commentary on how public figures navigate their personas in an ever-watchful digital age. Did Tom's antics have a hidden agenda? Were they just friends having fun, or was there something else brewing? 5. The fan reactions. Responses from fans were varied, showcasing the wide spectrum of viewpoints when it comes to celebrity behavior. Some cheered for Tom's ability to lighten the mood, while others warned against using humor as a facade. The internet erupted with comments, memes, and even some critiques, reminding everyone of the complexities behind humor among public figures. The discussions served not just as entertainment, but as a window into the world of celebrity dynamics. 6. Moving beyond the troll. As the dust settled on the troll incident, it revealed much more than just a whimsical moment. It was a reminder of how quickly perceptions can be shaped in the public eye and the power that humor, whether intentional or not, can wield. As Tom Holland and Xena moved forward in their careers, the incident became a part of their narrative, intertwining their stories in a delightful but unexpected way. Conclusion. The bigger picture. The troll incident exemplifies the unpredictable nature of celebrity interactions. It opens a discussion about the complexities of fame and the roles that humor and relatability play in shaping public perceptions. Tom and Xena were caught on a fleeting moment, but it lingered in the hearts and minds of fans, reminding us that every encounter between stars can become a valuable piece of their narrative, one filled with laughter, camaraderie, and sometimes, vital life lessons. So while the paparazzi may have faded from that day, the dialogue it spurred continues on, reflecting the interplay of celebrity culture, humor, and human connection. This structured approach ensures an engaging narrative that goes beyond the surface, exploring both the personal and societal implications of a seemingly light-hearted moment. Research summary: Billie's hidden struggle. Overview of Billie's Tourette's syndrome. Diagnosed at age 11, living with tics that vary in visibility. The social stigma and misunderstanding surrounding the condition. Concealing the tics. Early experiences of hiding her tics out of fear of judgment. Impact of her condition on her self-image and confidence. The awkward interview incident. A specific interview where her tics were not edited out, leading to misinterpretation by the audience. Viewers misperceived her behaviors as quirky rather than symptomatic. Everyday life with tics. How her tics manifest in daily life through subtle movements. Most people might not recognize her struggles during casual interactions. Childhood fears. A glimpse into her childhood fears, such as darkness and being scared of her closet. How these fears contribute to her artistic expression and personal growth. Embracing vulnerability through art. Turning her struggles into creative outlets, using music as a form of communication. The importance of her platform in spreading awareness about mental health. Building resilience through experience. The lessons learned from confronting her challenges and helping others facing similar issues. The duality of being in the limelight while managing a hidden struggle. Script: Billie's hidden struggle. Billie is not just a gifted artist, she's also someone fighting battles that remain unseen by the public eye. Diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the tender age of 11, she has navigated a world that often misconstrues what it means to live with this condition. For years, she concealed her tics, fearing judgment from those who didn't understand her reality. How often have we underestimated the silent struggles people carry with them? There was that moment during a live interview where the cameras captured her unfiltered self. Billie thought any potentially awkward footage would be edited out, but she stood exposed, her involuntary tics becoming the focal point of viewers' intrigue. Instead of seeing her as an artist expressing herself, many watched in confusion, mistaking her actions for quirks rather than symptoms of a neurological condition. In her everyday life, Billie's tics may surface subtly, whether it's a small wiggle of her ear or an occasional flex of her muscles. Most people she interacts with have no idea of this hidden aspect of her personality. It's as if she's walking through a minefield, where each unexpected movement might spark misunderstanding. These moments do not define her, but instead, they weave into the intricate fabric of who she is. But Billie isn't just battling Tourette's, she also confronts childhood fears that linger deep within her psyche. Fears of the dark, of leaping into bed from distances only she can imagine, and of the shadows lurking in her closet remind her of a time when uncertainty gripped her tightly. These experiences aren't just relics of her childhood, they enhance her artistry, adding layers to the expressions she shares with the world. In facing her vulnerabilities head-on, Billie found her voice. She turned to her passion for music, pouring her emotions into every note and lyric as a way to bridge the gap between her struggles and those of her audience. Her art becomes a lifeline, resonating with millions who might feel isolated in their battles. Through her music, she shines a light on mental health, making the invisible struggles visible and approachable. Every challenge has carved out a resilience within her. It's transformed Billie not just as an individual but as a beacon for others facing similar issues. Living an authentic life in the glare of the spotlight is no easy feat yet. Billie consistently proves that while the journey can be tumultuous, the strength to rise above hidden struggles can lead to incredible personal growth. With each new song and every heartfelt performance, she reminds us that behind the glamour of fame, there exists a deeply relatable and courageous human story. So, the next time you hear her music, remember, you're not just listening to a talented artist, you're engaging with an individual who embodies strength, vulnerability, and grace in the face of adversity. The interview fiasco. Picture this: a bright studio, cameras rolling, and the anticipation of what's to come. As Billie entered the room, she was filled with hopes and nerves, expecting a straightforward interview. It was supposed to be her chance to shine, a moment to share her music and personal journey with the world. But what happened next was anything but ordinary. She thought they would edit out her little quirks, the subtle movements she couldn't always control due to her Tourette's syndrome. However, the interview took a turn when the cameras caught her in those vulnerable moments. Instead of showcasing her talent and passion, they focused on her tics. The instant this happened, social media exploded, with people interpreting her actions in the most bizarre ways. Some dubbed her quirky, while others labeled her weird, missing the sensitivity that accompanied her condition completely. Imagine her shock when the video aired, revealing a version of herself that she barely recognized. It wasn't the empowering narrative she envisioned but rather a misrepresentation of her reality. Rather than feeling understood, she saw people commenting on her involuntary actions, creating a narrative that was far from her own truth. This experience highlighted not only the challenges those with invisible illnesses face but also the importance of compassion and understanding. Billie learned a valuable lesson that day: the media can often misinterpret intent, and it's crucial to advocate for self-love and acceptance amidst the chaos. As hurtful as that experience was, it ignited a fire within her, to educate others about Tourette's and to use her platform for a greater purpose. And while she wouldn't wish that interview on anyone, it became a pivotal moment that shaped her into the artist and advocate she is today. But the story doesn't end there. Transitioning to the next section where we'll explore the impact of her advocacy work and how she caught the attention of her fans worldwide. The reality behind the tics. Many people view Tourette's syndrome through a narrow lens, associating it only with loud or disruptive behavior. However, for Billie, the reality is far more complex. While her diagnosis came at a young age, she has learned to manage her tics in a way that often flies under the radar. In everyday situations, her tics may only manifest as subtle movements, a brief twitch of the eye, a flick of her fingers. These are moments often overlooked, yet they are part of her daily life. Living with Tourette's brings its own set of challenges. For years, Billie kept these tics hidden from those around her, fearing judgment and misunderstanding. She recalls walking through crowded spaces, worrying that if her tics became noticeable, people would misjudge her character. It's the unspoken truth about living with a condition that's often misrepresented. But it wasn't until a candid moment during a live stream that she had a breakthrough. With her fans watching, she let her guard down and allowed her tics to surface without shame. The reaction was overwhelmingly supportive. People flooded the chat with messages of encouragement, expressing their admiration for her authenticity and bravery. This moment reshaped how she viewed her condition. Suddenly, her tics were not just something to hide but part of her unique identity. Billie's journey underscores a vital message: the importance of understanding and acceptance. She has used her platform to educate others about Tourette's, fostering empathy and breaking down stereotypes. Through interviews and social media posts, she has become a voice for those who feel isolated by their differences, proving that there's strength in vulnerability. In a society often quick to judge, her openness encourages conversations that challenge stigma. It's not merely about performing on stage, it's about sharing her truth and helping others realize that everyone has their battles. By embracing her reality, she inspires countless fans to welcome their quirks and celebrate their individuality. Alongside this, her artistic expression has taken on new meaning. Each piece she creates becomes infused with the experiences of living with Tourette's, illustrating the raw and often beautiful interplay between imperfection and art. Her tics, once a source of concern, have transformed into a symbol of resilience, a reminder that our struggles can pave the way for authenticity and connection. Billie is not just living with Tourette's, she's advocating for a more compassionate world where people are seen for their true selves, beyond labels and assumptions. This reality, rich with both struggle and strength, is the heart of her narrative, and it's what resonates so deeply with her fans. Facing fears, confronting childhood shadows. In the dazzling world of fame, it's easy to overlook the personal battles that your favorite stars face behind the glitzy exterior. For Billie, her rise to the top didn't shield her from deep-seated fears that have persisted since childhood. Imagine being a bright light on stage while still battling the shadows lurking under your bed. That's the paradox she lives. As a child, darkness wasn't just a backdrop to her dreams, it was a formidable opponent. The idea of jumping from the edge of her bed after turning off the light, a small act for many, felt like scaling Mount Everest for her. Many in her position might mask these fears, but she's chosen to confront them openly. Each night, she'd muster the courage to leap, knowing the leap into her bed was just the first challenge in a